Hello, everyone. Wanted to give a quick update on storm that we're seeing across the eastern United States, eastern Canada, um, basically today into tomorrow. So right now, if you look at the surface map, we can see that our low is basically centered across the Appalachian Mountain region of the United States. Low's not that strong right now. It's around 995 millibars, if I'm not mistaken, and but it will be strengthening throughout the night and into tomorrow morning, and we're expecting a significant snowfall from eastern Ontario through southwestern Quebec and parts of the northeast as well, across northern Vermont, Maine, and parts of upstate New York. If we look at 24 hours ago, we could see that there was a stationary front across southeastern US that has been basically a low, developed along that front and has been strengthening over the last 24 hours, and it's starting to make its way towards the northeast, and will continue to do so tonight. If you look at the satellite imagery, water vapor, you can see a very solid moisture plume for this system, and the Gulf moisture connection as well. And that is basically helping enhance the amount of precipitation we're seeing. So there's definitely a connection here between our system, mid-latitude cyclone, and moisture across parts of the tropics, Mexico into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're seeing that feed definitely enhancing some of the precipitation that we're going to be seeing. Across Texas and into Louisiana, there's a little feature here, a little bit of dry air on the water vapor imagery, and that corresponds to an upper level disturbance that we can see here. So basically at forecast hour 0, you can see this disturbance across southeast Texas. That upper level energy corresponds to this. And this piece of energy, and then a piece of energy actually up here across Alberta into Montana, is going to be coming down, and these two pieces of energy are going to be interacting, phasing, and that's really going to intensify the low at the surface. So if we actually take a look at the surface forecast, simulated radar, right now the low's not very strong. It's around 995 millibars, but as we go throughout the night and those two pieces of energy phase in the upper levels, the low is going to begin to pull towards the north and east and strengthen. So by midnight tonight, 987, and by 7 a.m. tomorrow, 966, which is really strong for a low over land. It's not even over water. So there's definitely some intense forcing going on in the upper atmosphere to allow this low to intensify so much over land. So by midnight tonight, we're going to be looking at snow breaking out across eastern Ontario and southern Quebec. So Kingston, Ottawa, Montreal, going to be looking at snow, moderate snow, even over towards Quebec City as well. Light snows across parts of southwestern Ontario, London, over towards the GTA, but not as significant accumulations. And then some mixed precipitation across parts of New England as well. And then you can see this squall line across the southeast. That's indicative of the amount of moisture that's going to be involved here. And in addition to that, models often struggle to resolve the location of this low when there's convection nearby. So that's definitely going to be making this forecast tricky for the models, and that's why there isn't amazing agreement still on where the heaviest snow is going to fall. And this event's really going to be happening tonight into tomorrow. So it's not like it's very far away, but there is still some uncertainty because of some of the convective feedback and other complexities of the system. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, low continues to strengthen. There's moderate to heavy snow across Quebec, northern New York, and into eastern Ontario. And then as we move towards 1 p.m. tomorrow, still snowing across Quebec, eastern townships, Montreal, Quebec City, and starting to taper off across eastern Ontario, Ottawa, Kingston, starting to lighten up. And then the snow will be definitely falling across northern Vermont and Finger Lakes, northern New York. Moving forward towards late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, starting to pull away. Snow continuing across Maine and Vermont, and then parts of Atlantic Canada as well. If we take a look at the snowfall amounts that we're expecting, Kingston could be looking at around 15 centimeters, could be a little bit more if the low does end up a little further towards the north, which some of the other models are suggesting, so that is a possibility. Looks like around 15, maybe up to 25 centimeters is possible for Kingston. Cornwall, Brockville, looking at 15 to 30. Ottawa, 15 to 25. Montreal, 20, even possibly up to 30 or even more centimeters of snow, and the eastern townships, Quebec City, looking at similar amounts, potentially around a foot of snow for them. And then significant snowfall across parts of northern New England as well. If we look at the Canadian model, it is a little bit further north, getting some heavier snow into the GTA Niagara, basically around 5, maybe a little bit more for those areas. And then Kingston is in the 25 centimeter range, Ottawa 15 to 20, and then Montreal, there's pretty good agreement that they're going to see close to a foot of snow, with the heaviest amounts across the eastern townships of Quebec. If we take a look at that surface depiction, it's pretty similar to the other model. Basically, the low is going to be strengthening as it moves towards the north, really strong, 970 for something that's over land, and then wind as well with the system will be pretty strong given the fact that it's going to be intensifying.